realized my door's still open. Hang on. Much better. Alright, hi everybody. How are we doing today? I'm not quite set. I got a phone call at the last minute and talking to a friend at the last minute. All the last minute things happened. So hi. How are you guys doing today? I'm here. I'm doing my thing. Oh, I also forgot to take the hoodie off because it is surprisingly warm today here in Virginia. You know, November 28th. But I also wanted to show off my shirt because I did a fun thing this morning, which you'll find out here in just a second. Whee! So if you can see my shirt, it says the Carrie Underwood Fan Club because I'm a part of it, because I'm geeky like that. Huge Carrie Underwood fan, but I bought tickets to her concert today for me and my daughter. Finally, I've been putting it off for a while because, you know, they're not cheap. And I kept debating just exactly how much money I wanted to spend on them. So, but they're bought. They are purchased. We are set to go. We've got parking. We've got a hotel room. It's going to be a great birthday gift. My daughter's super excited. It's her first concert. She loves Carrie Underwood just as much as I do. You know, trained her right and everything. So, but anyway, so today we are moving on from our Baby Yodas, sort of. So, over the weekend, I can reach one all the way at the bottom of the backpack. Oh, here I go. Whew. All the Baby Yodas are done, with the exception of 3 scarves. 3 of these guys need scarves. But aside from that, they're ready to go. Finish them over the Thanksgiving break. But I ran out of the color yarn that I need, and I went through my whole stash at home. And surprise, surprise, out of all of the colors that I have bins upon bins of yarn at home, and I have recently separated them into color schemes. And in my white and tan bin, I have none that match the color I need. That was a little disappointing. But here, I'm still getting all my stuff out for today. So, but either way, the big guys are done. And now I can move on. Here, I'll show you the difference, Jay. There's another one of my guy. Huh. That's interesting. My light just decided to turn off. There we go. So, if you see here, so this is obviously the Yoda guy. This is the other color I have. It kind of looks the same in there, I guess, on the screen. But if you look at it here, it does not look the same. So it is like, you know, that it's kind of like the difference between egg crew and eggshell. There's not a big difference, but it is noticeable. So that's all that is left of that. So here comes finished guy. Finished guy. You see it just keeps coming, right? I think that was all of them. Yep. And then there's my other bookmark for you to show you guys later. Alright, but yeah, so we've got 2 guys up there on my shelf. And I've got 1, 2, all of their ears like to curl. 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first one I pulled out, all hanging out, ready to become Christmas gifts. So yeah, just gonna put them all over here. So 1, they're out of my backpack, and I don't have to cart them around all the time. And 2, so that I know that I need to finish 3 scarves and I don't forget about it. Plus, who doesn't want a Baby Yoda army sitting on their desk? Because they're just so cute. Alright, so today, in a different Baby Yoda fashion, we are moving on to the second part of that Christmas order I was given, to the Baby Yoda keychains. Now, I got this pattern off of an Instagram account. It is Emsa Crochet, EMSA Crochet on Instagram. So I screenshot all the instructions. Not huge on Instagram, so I don't really do a lot. So anyway, so I've been following her pattern, and I used the same weight yarn, and I used the same hook size and everything that she used. And doggone it, I really think that this thing's giant for a keychain. It's supposed to be a keychain. And so I have all of the pieces done to do one. And I'm going to put it together with you today. But if you put this guy together like this, so you can see. Woo! Runaway body. Hold on. I got it. I found it. All right. So if you were to put him together, you know, just holding him like this. So this is a keychain. This is the size of my key for my car. Like it's just as big as my key itself. I think that's huge. And if you compare it to the little doll, like he's not much smaller. And it just, I don't know why, it makes me laugh, but so I don't know if like my gauge was wrong or maybe other people think this is an acceptable size for a keychain. I'm not quite sure. But we're gonna put it together, gonna show it to the person that ordered it, see if they want me to make 4 more or not, because she ordered 5. But with that, I'm gonna put this one together with you guys. I've got a fun new bookmark to show you that I made last week and finished over the weekend. It's already done. We're not gonna do anything more on that. And then depending on how much time we've got left, I may look up something and we're just gonna put something together that I don't even know what we're gonna do today. So here we go. All right, so breaking in, we're gonna assemble this guy here today. So I need, first of all, eyes. He needs some eyeballs. Let's see what it says about the eyes in the pattern from Emsa Crochet. We are going to, oh, those are ears. Body. Where's the head? Lost the head. There it is. 6mm eyes between around 10 and 11 with 6 stitches apart. Alright, so 6mm eyes. This is going to be a tight squeeze because I will say those are some really tight stitches that I made. So here's hoping I can get them in there. Alright, we'll pull this out. Oh, you know what? I do have some more stitching to do. I forgot about that. I didn't finish them off because I didn't have my eyes over the weekend. So yeah. So I do have to finish his head off before we can sew them together. Alright, so we're going to go down to, it said what, rows 10 and 11, right? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're cutting in here. Here is the middle, 6 stitches apart. So we're going to go 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to come in here and see if we can squeeze this through these tight stitches. There we go. Put the backer on. There we go. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That over on this side. Put the backer on. And I want to say I left off at round 14. Pretty sure. Let me count my stitches here real quick. I did like just a bunch of chains, not having any idea how much I needed, but figured if I put in a whole bunch of stuff, I can pull it out and have enough string, enough yarn to finish it off. So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah. Alright, so round 14. So I gotta do 2 rounds to close it off after I get some stuffing. Got my big bag. So fluffy. I'm gonna stuff this guy's head. That might be too much, but we'll see. It's always easy to take out if it is. But I have been surprised by how much I have stuffed into one of these things, so you never know. That actually was a good amount. He's pretty well solid. Once I add a couple rounds, I may add a little bit more to it since I'll have more space. I'm just kind of digging it around in there to do it. Well, hi! JMB Impact. Hi there. You just made me feel really special. You are my first ever person to join my chat, so hey. Alright, so I'm going to grab my hook over here, unravel this to get my yarn back. How's the art? What art exactly are you referring to? This kind of art or is something else kind of art? The crochet art. It's good. It's good. We if you just joined up, you missed. I have been making a Baby Yoda army basically. So I've got this guy here along with 6 of his matching friends, and now we're making a Baby Yoda keychain, which is really big in my opinion. Alright, so round 15, we're doing 1 single crochet and a decrease 6 times over. So that's gonna be 1 decrease, 1. This is a really small hook. I am not typically using 2 to 2.5 millimeter hooks. I'm usually in the 3 to 4 millimeter range. Three. 4. This is your first stream ever? If so, that's cool. I feel honored that I'm your first. I am fairly new to streaming. I think this is really only my I want to say 3rd, maybe 4th. I'm trying to remember when I started. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got one more. I lost count. Whoa! I have no idea what my camera just did. Something is happening and I don't even know how to explain it. Well, welcome to Twitch. Hopefully you find lots of stuff you like on here. from what I can tell, because like I said, I'm fairly new to it as well, there's a lot to choose from on here. AI takeover. You never know these days. All right. All right, I'm gonna get just a touch more stuffing to fill in this last bit of space. All right, now we're gonna decrease here. Six times, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 2 more. Now I'm stuck in stuffing. I haven't gotten into Discord actually. I follow a couple streamers that stream Sims, and they've mentioned Discord. I have not dove into that one yet. Alright, that is closed up now, and he's got the tiniest eyes ever. Alright. Get out my needle. We're gonna use, which guy do I want to use? That one's too small. Let's use that one. All right, now it's time to put this guy together because he has eyes and is stuffed, so yay. I have been crocheting, I think about, I'm trying to remember, 5 or 6 years now. I am, if you see this guy back here, started off paper crafting. I built houses and 3D objects and things with paper. And I make cards as well, but that's not as much fun. But my computer died and about 5 or 6 years ago, and I didn't have access to my stuff in order to do that anymore, and I was getting antsy because I have to make something. That's just kind of how I'm wired. And so I got on YouTube and just kind of taught myself with YouTube how to crochet, and because I'm who I am, I asked for suggestions on what to do first, and everybody kept telling me start with granny squares and make washcloths, and that was boring. I don't like boring things. And I don't like small projects. I like big projects because that's what I do. So my very first project after learning how to do stitches was an infinity scarf with 3 color changes. So yeah, a little overambitious when it comes to crafting. But since then, I kind of found that amigurumi was kind of my favorite thing. So they're just fun to make. And I like the fun things. Alright. Now my body's got some stuffing. I'm not happy with it. Give it a little more. Yes, self-taught with the help of many awesome YouTubers. Alright, we are now going to start sewing this guy together. So he is going to go right in the middle for his little body here. Little big body for a keychain, but you know, whatever. We're just gonna sew this around. You have to go in the hole. There we go. So again, if you missed it, I got this pattern off of Instagram. Her name is Emsa Crochet, E-M-S-A Crochet on Instagram. This is not my pattern. I do not claim to own it or create it or any of those things. It was a free pattern that was shared. What got me into crochet, it was really just the lack of something to do. I think I had seen an amigurumi project on Facebook or just looking through Pinterest, and it randomly showed up, whatever it was, and I was like, oh, that's really cute, wish I could make that. And I was like, you know what, I need something to do, and I could probably teach myself how to do it. And so it started off with the scarf and a couple blankets just to get me started, and then I started learning some different stitches, and then I did my first doll project for my daughter. I made what was it? Sleeping Beauty, Aurora. That's her name. I made a little Aurora doll for my daughter, and a Belle, like Beauty and the Beast Belle blanket. Like the Snuggie type things that you put over your arms. It was that, but it looked like a princess dress. So it was really cute. And those were my, and then it just became fun. And something I could do while sitting in the living room in the middle of the night, when I couldn't sleep, because at the time I had a newborn. Can't really do a lot of paper crafting at that time without creating a monster of a mess on your table with all the many pieces and glue. So this was something easy and manageable that I could do. The machine also makes a lot of noise, which isn't fun with a newborn. So yeah, a couple more stitches here and this will be done. Don't mind my phone buzzing there. It's weird stabbing Yoda in the neck. Alright, finish this off. Go through the stuffing. So we can secure him. Do one more. Up through the head. Maybe. Nope, not doing it. Not going through. That's okay. Alright. Cut that off. And he's got a body now. Whee! Alright, now we're adding, make that go the right direction here. This is his robe. I'm going to fit his robe very tightly onto his body, and then we'll sew that around. I almost feel like it doesn't need to be sewed. It is on there tight. Urgh. I'm half tempted not to sew this. What do you think? I mean, that's not moving. I might do just a couple securing stitches and that'll probably be it. That is super tight. Just a few stitches just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, but that is pretty snug. Random question. Can you hear me okay? I just got a brand new microphone. I tried testing it out before I started and it seemed to be fine. But, you know, when you can't really hear yourself that well. Good to know about Discord. And I'm glad you can hear me. Good. Can never benefit from that was the wrong thing to say. It's never a bad thing to have too many friends. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, we are going to snip this guy off. Alright, he's got a robe. Now we're going to add these teeny tiny little arms. I thought I had it, but not quite so much. There we go. Alright, tiny arms. Make sure I'm placing them well. Yep, looks good to me. Alright, we're going on. These, I think, are the smallest arms I've ever made. Got some yarn left in my mouth. secure him in place. Okay. And we'll go to arm number 2. Tight stitches. Ugh. Oh, now I've wrapped his arm around it. Pull that back out. There we go. Back in the right way. Last one for him. Get this arm secured. Through all that stuffing. Alright. And that is 2 arms. Welcome back. Alright, next up we got a scarf. Then we'll move on to his ears. And we'll be done. Tightest fitting thing ever. He's looking pretty cute though, isn't he? I am not by any means a big Star Wars person. My husband most definitely is. But I'm definitely on board the Baby Yoda train. That is a super cute character, and yes, I know he has a different name, but I think his actual name is stupid. Grogu. Not as cute as Baby Yoda. Alright, we're gonna wrap this guy around. Secure him in place. Go through his neck first and back up through the other side of the scarf. The pattern doesn't actually say the best way to secure the scarf, so we're We're going to do it the Katie way. Go up in there. Make sure it's nice and tight and not moving. Good thing that you typically can't see these stitches because I am not the best sewer. Not my forte. Then I'm going to send a few stitches through the back and across just to secure the front of it. Make sure it doesn't wiggle around up there. I always like to make sure that my creations are steady in the fact of if you give it to a child, it won't fall apart with them using it. Alright. Oh, I guess I should do one more. One more stitch. Make sure it's completely secure because that last one was just securing it to the front, and now I want to secure it to the whole thing. Now we can cut it off. There we go. Super close. And he's scarfed up. Whee. Ears. This one, I won't lie. So this confused me on the pattern. It has, I made the second one a little different. But it has you to make the whole ear, and then your sewing string is off the end, the tip of it, instead of coming off of this end, which is where you're sewing it. So I've got to kind of like back sew it a little bit in order to get it on the appropriate side of the ear. So that was a little interesting on the pattern. For me, at least. Others might not think that there's anything weird with that, but I definitely did. So I'm going to take this along the back so I can get to the side I need it. All right, there we go. Now we're on the correct side. So we're going to sew his ear over here. Go through the back of his ear before I actually go through the stitches of the ear. Get it a little bit more stable. Now it kind of looks like Spock. His ear's going backwards. And that about covers my extensive knowledge of Star Trek as well. Obviously, not that extensive. No, I will say I do know a little bit more about Star Trek, but it's not a lot. Those were never things that I got into. My dad was a Trekkie, and my husband is a Star Wars geek, because I don't know what you call them. But I know they get offended if you call them the wrong thing. One more on this ear. Stabilize him. And then we'll be down to the final ear, and this guy's done, unless we want to add cute little pink cheeks to him. I don't know how I feel about that. The pattern calls for the pink cheeks. But I don't know. So on this one, I left a long front tail for sewing it in. And this one I'm just going to weave in. But I don't know. Maybe she had the right idea with going through the back, even though it doesn't say to go through the back. That's what I did anyway. So maybe that was her intended use for it. I don't know. This is what you learn as you do patterns. What the original author intended it. Especially when they don't say what it is. That's cool. Sort of way. I cannot get this to go through. There it goes. All right, ear number 2. Make sure it's even. That looks about right. for placing pins. Can't exactly give you a reason why, but I just don't like them. I guess the best reason I could come up with is that they get in my way. So I will spend sometimes a lot more time fiddling around with placement to get the placement right over placing a pin. There's just something about the straight pins I just don't care for. This ear, and then our Yoda will be done. A couple finishing things on it. Like this random string that's hanging off his ear. Weave this in just a little bit, just enough so I can snip it without it falling apart. Alright, and there is our little guy. Again, supposed to be a keychain. I think he's rather huge for a keychain, personally. So if I were to attach him, obviously I need a keyring, but if I were to attach him and he's hanging out to my keys, like, that's big to me. What do you think? I don't know. We'll see if they want more. I am going to go ahead and experiment with the pink cheeks, if I can find the end of my yarn. This yarn got so tangled, it's insane. I might just have to cut it off at an end and make it up from there. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do. There. Alright, I'm gonna put just one little cheek on here and see what we think. It's supposed to be right beside the eye. I've always felt that to be weird, but you know, that's okay. I'm gonna go one below, because last I checked, cheeks weren't beside your eyes. A little below. So that's one of the peak cheeks. Can you see it? Oh, it's hard to get it in there. So if I cut it off with my thumb, so you can't see all of it hanging. Yes or no on the cheek? What do you think? I don't know how I feel about it. I'm looking at the picture one more time. I don't know, Baby Yoda he doesn't have pink cheeks. So, yeah and no. That's helpful. I think we're going to leave it off. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because it's a little weird to me. But that's him. That's our keychain. Our very, very large keychain. I agree, all green. That's what I'm with. All right. So that's him. I will ask my client if they want more or not. Once they see how big that guy is. And now, to show you what I made over the weekend. It tickles me. It probably shouldn't, but it does. It makes me laugh so much, though. It is a bookmark. It's not your typical bookmark. It's a funny bookmark. Here's a book. Just to show you what it looks like. It's my Financial Peace University book. But this is my bookmark. It just makes me giggle. It is a squished rat. And so basically it is all flat. And you squish it. You put it in your book. Wherever you left off. With his arm sticking out. And you squish him. I don't know why I find it so funny. But I just do. And I love it so much. But I got this pattern from yourcrochet.com. Again, it's a free pattern, so anybody can get it. She's got the mouse version. This is kind of it started off as the rat, and I think I leaned more towards the mouse because the rat was like this long. But she has a bunch of different ones. She's got a giraffe, she's got a snake, I think there's a dog, but all of them with these popping out eyes. I don't know why. It is just so unbelievably comical to me. My daughter wants to give it to their school librarian. But this is the book rat. And I love it. And I'll probably make more. So, yeah, that's all. So, we're about an hour into it, and my husband's actually coming up to meet me for lunch, which is a rare occurrence. It's usually not on my side of town during the day. So I'm going to wrap it up just a little early today, but I will be back next week, same time, at 11 o'clock. And I hope to see you then, and we'll see what other new fun things we can come up with. If you've got a request, just let me know, and I'll see what I can find. I will make just about anything, because it's fun. It's what I do. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.